Happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Susie Say That. Today's topic is LaLa Land. Let's sit in that for a moment. Just a moment and think about that. When was the last time you were in LaLa Land? That means daydreaming. When's the last time you were daydreaming and you stayed there before you knew it, your day was gone. Your hour was gone. It was just gone because you didn't step back into reality. You didn't step back into your reality, and that is what's going on right now. How many? I was in the car with my granddaughter today, and as always, we have these wonderful conversations, and they were about LaLa Land. And she said to me, she said, sometimes, and she's young too, okay? She's young. And she said, sometimes I go into LaLa Land and I just stay there. I just stay there and I just dream. And I said, yeah. I said, but the issue with, if I do that, it's going to be a problem. She has her youth on her side. She can daydream from time to time, but I don't have that on my side. So I have to get things done because every moment for me is very important. We have to think about her when you're young. Your brain has not fully developed. Even at her age, it's not fully developed. So then she'll stay in LaLa Land and it'll be excused for her. Oh, she was young, and that's why she stayed in LaLa Land. She daydreamed. She had a lot of hopes, and she had a lot of dreams, and she said she was going to do this and do that. If she stays too long, that's what her life will look like. Her life will look like that all she did was live in LaLa Land. How many of us can admit that that's what our life have looked like? In the past, my life definitely looked like LaLa Land. I would act like things didn't happen, and I'd float right over to LaLa Land. I would deny things was going on right over to LaLa Land and just pretend that because that's what LaLa Land does. It's the daydreaming. It's the things you tell yourself, the deception that you tell yourself that these things are not going on right now and somehow that it's going to miraculously heal itself or get together. Yes, God does give us miracles all the time. He's gave me many. But you still have to come out of LaLa Land in order to even deal with that. God's a spirit. Those that worship him can't worship him in daydreams in LaLa Land. You can't. You have to worship him in spirit and truth. Your truth. I'm in a tough place right now, you have to say. Yes, God, I got so many things going on in my life. I need you to help me. How do I stop daydreaming and start depending on you for my everyday sources, my everyday life? Because right now, all I do is daydream. And a lot of us daydream because of trauma, depression. That I used to wear those faces. So I would know exactly what I'm saying here. I used to be the face of LaLa Land because I would just float off. I told my granddaughter that. I said, listen here, I float off, and I said, it's hard to come back when you're having all these dreams and all these fantasies and everything is good. And oh, you're thinking about the beach and you're thinking about the island and you're thinking about the good food and you're thinking about all these things. And you could stay there for a long amount of time and you can lose your reality of what you need to do right now. I said, go visit LaLa Land if you need to. If you have trauma, you have abuse, you just going through, you need to have a dream. You need to but you don't need to stay there. You need to come out of there and say, this is what's going on right now in my life. And God, I need you. If you're not a believer, then you need to go to your God and say, I need you, whatever that means to you. Because we need something bigger than ourselves to bring us from LaLa Land. And so if we happen to visit there, we don't stay there. That's what God did for me. And he'll do it for you. If you're in LaLa Land and all you do is daydream and you have all this, the perfect family, the perfect house, the perfect white fence, the dog, if you have all these things and they're not true, you don't really have those things, you're in LaLa Land. Because that's what your thoughts, they consume you. LaLa Land will consume you. LaLa Land will take over you. You have to have the reality. And the reality is, I'm dealing with some stuff right now. And that's okay. Because that's part of your life. Going through something, coming out of something, or in the middle of something. That's for every single one of us. If someone says they live in LaLa Land and they have nothing going on, nothing upsets them, they don't have betrayal, they don't have where their kids do things that disappoint them, they have no disappointment. All they have is just LaLa Land all the way. Something's wrong. Because we live in a world that's going to disappoint us. We live in a world where things are going to happen that we don't agree with. It's all kind of things going on right now in the politic era, and people are upset. People are upset. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're upset. That's the reality of what's going on. They're not stuck over there in LaLa Land pretending like none of this stuff exists. Some are, and they're stuck And they may be stuck just because of trauma. They may be stuck because things have been going bad in their lives. I don't know what that means for them. I can just tell you that there is a way out, and his name is Jesus Christ, the Messiah, the Lord, everything. And it saddens me when I think about people that stuck, because I used to be stuck. I don't know if people were saddened for me. I know some people were because they told me so when I was in LaLa Land, and they knew I was gone. I was depressed. I was sad. And I knew I knew a lot of things was going on, and I denied it. How's your family? How's this and that? Oh, everything's just wonderful. I didn't have to tell them my business of all the dysfunction and all the craziness that was going on, but I could have been real with myself. The enemy is when you deny what's going on, when you stay in LaLa Land, when you could be in your reality and start fixing things. I should have been in counseling I went to counseling, family counseling when we were young. And I'm talking about when I was probably under 10 years old. We went to see, my parents were always trying to fix things. And we went to counseling, family counseling. And that's been 40-some years ago. We went. And we should have constantly went because we had so much stuff to unpack from the trauma and the drama. But we didn't. And then I became an adult, and I had lived in LaLa Land. All these things that was not true, but I pretended like they were true. I had nobody to talk to. I wasn't transparent because I didn't know how to be transparent because I lived in LaLa Land. Are you living in LaLa Land? Are you pretending not all this stuff is just beautiful and wonderful, that you have nothing going on? I'm not saying go and tell your business, but get you somebody that can listen to your business, somebody that has some honesty, somebody that has some loyalty, somebody that's good, that's a good listener, a good Bible toter that know what that word is, that can give you that word without judgment. Find that person. Ask God to send you that person, because LaLa Land will eat your life up. LaLa Land will take away from you. It's not going to add to you. Even though it's an escape, a daydream for you to get away from what's going on, you can't stay there. You got to move past that. How do you move past there? God, Jesus Christ, our Lord. That's the only way you're going to move past that. And like I said, if you're not a believer, okay, go to your God. I don't care who you go to, but you can't stay in LaLa Land. It can become a good place when you first go there, but then it becomes very destructive because it's deception at its best. That everything is going to, when you open up your eyes or when you quit daydreaming, wow, everything's going to be just how you wanted it in the daydream. In LaLa Land, it's not going to happen. So ask yourself today, do you even know someone that's living in LaLa Land that you can help? That you can help without judgment, that you can say, listen here, I know you're going through. I know some friends of mine and some people that I know they're going through right now. Some people I talk to, some people that I care about, they're going through some difficult times, things I can't even imagine. Someone said something to me the other day and about tilted me over, and I said, wow. Then I said, forgive me. As I walked away from them, I said, God, forgive me. And I think I had it bad. There's some people that has had it 10 times bad as I. And this person said, she didn't go to LaLa Land. That means she didn't daydream and pretend it wasn't. She said, I jumped right into it because I had my babies. I couldn't stay there. And I said, well, when I was done taking care of my kids, feeding them and taking good care of them, at night, I would go straight to LaLa Land and I would stay there. I would stay there and I would cry and I would just pour myself out. And I would just stay there. When I came out of LaLa Land, I would pour myself out. But then sometimes I'll just lay in the bed and I'll just think about great things. LaLa Land. I didn't like to confront people. I didn't like to bring things I want to cover up everything. That's why I don't do secret barriers. You know, people that keep secrets, I don't keep anything. If you ask me, I'll tell you. And sometimes I just volunteer it because I'm hoping that you can get it. And then maybe if it's not you, you can pass it on to someone else. But remember this, if you are in LaLa Land, it's time to come from LaLa Land, and it's time to deal with what's going on right now in your life. And that means if you have a trauma, you have an abuse, and you often hear me talk about these things because I used to be the face of them. And I thank God for setting me free from all things. So I'm not caught up in any of those things, but I'm passionate about these things because I used to wear the face of it. So if you're there right now, you can escape and not go there. But if you're in there and you want to stay, there's no freedom there. You're just going to stay there. Tomorrow's going to look like yesterday. Yesterday's going to look like the other day. And it's just going to be a vicious cycle in your LaLa Land. Come out from among them, LaLa Land people, and be free. Because other people are in LaLa Land too. They just ain't going to tell you they're in LaLa Land. I didn't tell anyone when I was in LaLa Land. I put the face on and I went out there and I fought the battles and stuff. My children never seen me depressed, upset. Never. When they were little, they never seen any of that. They never knew outside what I was doing. Never knew my life. They never knew my cries because I said, guess what? I'm not going to pour that on the shoulder of my babies. And then they got to get grown and carry their own burden. So I refused to do that. Even though I was in LaLa Land, quite often, I refused to take my children there. If we had some issues, they never knew it. If I was having a struggle, they never knew it. I empowered my children. And I'm proud that I did because they couldn't be who they are today without me empowering them. Okay? I wasn't empowered. I was a mess. In LaLa Land all the time. They never knew I was there. They never knew I spent a lot of my time there in LaLa Land. They never knew because I wasn't going to put that on their shoulder. Every day was a happy day at my house. Every day was a good day at my house. Yes, I had issues. Yelled too much at times because that was the stress I was carrying as being a mom just with God, me and him trying raising these kids. He wasn't trying. He was giving me the information to do so. And I did okay. But the point is, I visited LaLa Land too much, and I didn't get things done that need to be done. That means setting up myself to win and setting up myself to get rid of people that I should have got rid of a long time ago. I should have, and that's the truth, because I was in LaLa Land, cleaning up my friendships and getting rid of people, and not getting rid of people because I don't get rid of people. I get rid of what they bring to the table. Hurt, pain, and suffering, you got to go. Okay? So remember that as you go about today and ask yourself, am I in LaLa Land? If I am, help me, dear God. How do I get out of it? How do I visit it sometime because it's my safe place? But how do I come out of it? Okay? Till the next time.